Hi everyone, it's Dr. Neville Campbell and welcome back to the Wellness Hustle podcast. Thank you guys so much for following and watching the stories, sharing the stories, and seeing the lives of these people that most of us would consider everyday individuals, but with powerful, inspiring, and impactful stories. We've talked to a lot of attorneys, a lot of doctors, and other business professionals. Today, we have an amazing attorney in our studio. This attorney has been doing some creative things in terms of marketing, but also have a deep commitment to the community that he serves. And more so today, I want us to get into that. Guys, welcome today, attorney Danny Nagel. Clayco till I die.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Doc.
Welcome, Danny.
Appreciate
Welcome,
it.
man.
Appreciate it. Thank
It's
you.
an honor to have you here today, Danny. Thank you, because from me coming to town 2 years ago,
Right.
Hearing about you, seeing your billboards, seeing your, seeing the just the clever spin on marketing, and then eventually getting to meet you as a person.
Yeah.
Getting to interact with your energy and your character. I must say that it's truly a blessing to sit here with you today.
Man, thank
You're
you.
an upstanding, attorney, an upstanding man, and your reputation speaks for itself in this community. But I want to just give people today a chance, the broader audience,
Yeah.
Those who might not be following, your Instagram account,
Yeah.
might not be following your website, etc., your YouTube channel, to see more, to understand more about this attorney who's committed his life to Clayco. All right, so let's talk. First of all, for those who are watching, what is Clayco?
So Clayco is an abbreviation or nickname for Clayton County. So if you're from the south side of Atlanta, think about Waka Flocka, Victor Hill, Lotto, and Danny Nagel. So
There you go.
Clayco is where the airport is housed, about 15, 20 minutes south of Midtown.
And why Clayco?
That's just where I'm from.
Gotcha.
Like, I was born there, I was raised there, I still live there. I've lived in the same 15, 20 square mile radius my entire life for over 42 years.
Man, that's commitment to the community. Now, I'm certain you've had opportunities to move from, let's say Clayco to Alpharetta or Marietta, or I hear these terms, Johns Creek, or these places. Why haven't you moved?
It feels weird to be on the north side. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like too rushed, too busy, not as personable. And that's not a knock on them or anything like that. I'm just kind of used to, Clayco is a little bit more slow. It's a little bit more personal. It's kind of spread out a little bit. There's not too many places that you can walk to, and there's advantages and disadvantages of that. But it's just more my speed about how I like to live my life.
Gotcha.
But I definitely could move to Buckhead, Johns Creek, Gwinnett, anywhere like that. But it's like, man, why? I've already been here 42 years.
Right.
I got maybe 30, 40 left. Let's just
not?
finish it out right here.
Yeah,
I don't want to start over. I don't want to start over.
So I'm certain, being in the community for so long, you do probably have a lot of locals that know you personally. They've seen you at community events. They've seen you maybe at the supermarket. They see you, on TV. They see you giving news briefings. As a matter of fact, that you're a judge, correct?
So I was a judge for 3 years in magistrate court in Clayton County, 1 year in juvenile court, and then I just left that at the beginning of 2026.
Gotcha. So you've spent an extended amount of time in these areas, and I'm certain the people from the community, they've seen you. What do you think that has done for the community, Danny? And sort of like a homegrown person, taking on these roles of prominence.
So the very first time I ever got recognized, it was before I even started doing personal injury. I did misdemeanor defense work. So Clayton County and Henry County, they have the public defender's office that handle felony charges, but they have a private law firm that does misdemeanor charges. So that was my first job. And I remember being at Kroger or Walmart or something like that, and someone come up to me and go, "Hey, Attorney Nagel." And I'm like, oh God, what did I do to this person? Did I not represent their family well? And I think it was just like a family friend of somebody that I represented, and I did a good job and they weren't mad. The second time I got recognized, I was actually working at the district attorney's office. So not only am I from Clayton County, but most, if not all of my legal career has been in Clayton County.
Wow.
And so I used to work in the DA's office, and, you know, I dealt felony cases, everything from murder all the way down to like theft. And I was at Kroger, and someone walked up and was like, "Hey, aren't you that guy that sent my aunt to prison?" And I just looked at him dead in his face. I was like, "Did she deserve it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, well then, yeah, you know."
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
so that was the first time. And I really thought more people would come up to me because I dealt in the criminal law. You know, people are losing their freedoms or losing family members and stuff like that. But it wasn't until I started doing kind of my campaign that I have going now that people come up to me and ask me to take pictures with them.
Yeah.
Like when I wear the Clayco Till I Die shirts, like some people recognize me without it, but when I put it on, oh, they definitely know. Like they absolutely know. I've had people want to take pictures with me at Walmart, want to take pictures with me at Costco. Just people like, that's that guy. Like I hear him talking about me. That's that guy. And so it feels, I ain't gonna lie, it feels good. Like we all have egos. We all have egos.
Yes. Own it, man. Because you've worked.
And we were at
you've worked, man. You put time in.
We were at Outback a week and a half ago. And as we left, the store manager came up and was like, "Hey, aren't you that guy on TikTok or Instagram?" I was like, "Yeah," and my kids were there. And they're, "Oh man, you want to talk about like feeding ego?" They're like, "Yeah, our dad's famous."
You know what, Danny? You know, as I'm hearing it, as I'm hearing all of this, it's warming my heart. And why it's warming my heart? Because, you know, through all of this, I know that there had to have been periods of struggle.
Oh man, tremendous.
I mean, with this sort of level of like success in anything, whether it's presence on social media or, you know, notoriety in your field, your discipline, and becoming even, you know, a judge, like there had to have been challenges along the way.
Oh,
what were some of those challenges that you had?
Wait, I want to go back one second.
Yes.
When I talk about people coming up to me and recognizing me and saying, "Aren't you that guy?" Keep in mind, none of my billboards have my picture on it. None of my billboards have my picture on it. So the only way that you can see me and recognize me is if you actually go to my Instagram or TikTok and watch the videos. That's the only way you can see me. You cannot find me on billboards. Now, going back to the question, I actually talked about this in one of my shorts on Instagram. Like, man, I went through a major depression in around 2000 and let me see. My dad died in 2012. Around 2012, 2013, because a lot of things happened. Like in the span of 3 years, my grandfather died, my dad died. Neither one of them got to, no, my granddad got to see me practice law. My dad didn't. And my daughter was born.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a roller coaster of emotions, right? And I was working in an environment which back then I didn't know, but now I realize it was extremely toxic. Like really, really bad people worked there that, you know, giving me bad advice with the intent of watching me struggle.
Wow.
Right? And so I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't mature enough. I didn't understand what it was. And it was for the sole reason of, you know, they didn't like how I look or didn't like how I acted.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
You know, but thankfully, like really because of my wife, because of my family, because of the church and stuff like that, I was able to overcome that. And I was like, I'm never going to get back in that position ever again. And then I haven't.
Gotcha. So you mentioned the church. Tell me what role has faith played in sort of you know this empire that you're building?
I think that it would be impossible without it.
Why?
Because it requires a bit of humility, right? And we talked about having an ego. Everybody has an ego, right? But to be so vain to think that you can, you know, affect outcomes, like for example, when people are superstitious at sporting events, right? Do you really think these athletes, these superhuman beings, are going to be successful or fail based on which way you're sitting, which way you're facing, what you're eating, whether you use the bathroom, what color your hat is, what jersey you're wearing? No. And so the church, for me anyway,
Mm-hmm.
it puts it into perspective of like, yes, you are the creator, and yes, you do have the ability to affect things, but there's a much, much higher power above that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about that, for me, it's kind of inspiring, and I'm in awe. It's like, oh, you think you're doing something, buddy? There's like 300 billion people that's been around this earth that's done a lot more than you have. So, pump the brakes a little bit.
It's
You know
humbling.
what I mean? Yeah,
It's humbling.
it
In
is.
so many ways, it's humbling.
It is.
I'm really, 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 impressed by this, because a lot of people that I come across, they kind of, it's like, it's tough in our evolutionary process, and as we're trying to evolve from like one level of consciousness to another,
Mhm.
as we evolve from one spiritual plane to another, and as we get closer to God and to the all-powerful being, certain things, our mindset changes on certain things, right? The things that we focus on, it shifts. And I'll tell you how to explain what I mean by this, right? Me feeling that it is within my power to influence the outcome. That's one thing that I've figured out earlier, a number of years ago, that no, it's not my power, it's not my doing. I can pray, I can will, I can wish, but ultimately, it's the will of God.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as soon as once I discover that, and then I began to align my will with whatever the outcome is, understanding that God knows and sees best, then I realized that some of the things that made me unhappy, they didn't make me unhappy anymore. Because I started to realize now that everything works together for good to them that believe and loves the Lord. Mm-hmm. And so for that reason, my sort of understanding of things now, it is a part of the divine design. Mm-hmm. Whether it's an up or a down, whether the yes or the no was consistent with what I was requesting, my sort of overall understanding of the outcome is that it is a part of that divine design. And I think that has given me the fuel to continue pushing, even in the face of what others would consider apparent disappointments or setbacks, failures, or struggles. I think having that sort of mindset certainly has been sort of one of my saving graces as I navigate sort of the tough challenges that life has presented. Mm-hmm. Because like you, going through a tough period of depression, a lot of us have those periods of whether it's depression or financial hardship, or I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to survive, or whether or not I'm going to get to the next level. We have those hurdles, and some of us make it through. Mm-hmm. Others don't, though. Mm-hmm. Others succumb to whatever challenges, forces it is, because they might not have had the foundation needed, or the help, or the guidance, or the assistance needed. As I'm considering you, Danny, and seeing sort of your commitment to Clayco, to Clayton County, a lot of people have really challenging things to say about Clay County, because historically it's a challenging area, right? The population is predominantly African American. Yep. And so with resource issues, et cetera, there's from gang issues to people to early incarcerations and all these things, and people wonder, why would we spend time in these areas? But understanding that there's a greater calling. Mm-hmm. And when I see you and see sort of your movement, even in Clay County, I'm like, his purpose, his meaning has to be bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I try to, this is a conversation that I had with my wife and my best friend. When you ask for strength or for patience from God, right? You just don't get it. Right. You're about to be challenged. Right. That's going to require you to be patient or strong, right? Because that's how you do it. Like, look at this guy's muscles. You don't get these muscles by asking for it. You have to work, and it
Amen.
hurts,
Amen.
and it
Oh my gosh,
stretches,
it hurts.
and you don't want to do it.
Right.
But if you do it, guess what? You get great big muscles, right?
Same way with patience. Same thing with strength. Same thing with endurance and perseverance.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
You have to work on those things, right? Whether relationships, whether it's work relationships. I have a team that's fairly young. My office manager, she's been doing personal injury longer than I have, but she's coming into her role. And so, I teach her, listen, you have to be patient. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You have to take these steps only because I've seen it. Now, going back to your question, as it relates to Clayton County, it gets a bad rap. And I think a lot of times it is deservedly so, but I think even more undeservedly so, because you're going to have, issues on the governmental level in anywhere you live, any county. Fulton County is no different. Gwinnett County is no different. DeKalb County is no different. But why is it only Clayton County gets that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have issues with certain crime in everywhere you go. Like the joke is, or it was the past couple of years, like I feel safer in Riverdale than I do in Buckhead, right? So, why is it? Like, what other factors are going on? Why isn't the positivity breaking through the negativity in the mass media that's out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that done on purpose, or is it done? Is it done tacitly? Like, what's the reason for that? But there is a reason.
Yeah.
There is a reason. And so my whole marketing campaign has been about bringing forth positivity. And I jokingly said, like, I run my marketing campaign like I'm running for office.
Yeah.
I'm not running for office. I don't really care to run for office. That may change.
Right.
But at least right now, I enjoy being able to kind of say what I want, do what I want, and just help people without any type of strings or conditions attached to it. And so, the people of Clayton County are good people. They're good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have one of my brand ambassadors, Hood Anchor Yay. Shout out to Hood Anchor Yay. We just took a group of juveniles who completed the Clayton County Handgun Intervention Program with Judge Fox, and these were people who got in trouble because they had handguns or were committing crimes with handguns. They went through the restorative justice process, and as a reward, we took them to a Hawks game. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And they may not realize it now because they're still so very young, but 5-10 years from now, they're going to think back, and hopefully their lives have changed for the better, and they continue on the path that they helped themselves and the criminal justice system get them on. They look back and be like, yo, I got to go to a Hawks game, and I was with Hood Anchor Yay, and the Hawks won. Like, that was a dope experience. And they're able to share that and be like, listen, when you're doing the right thing, you're more likely to have better results than if you're doing the things that you shouldn't be doing.
Danny, man, folks, this is what commitment is. This is what community looks like. Not just speaking about it, but actually doing it, being ingrained, entrenched in what's happening, whether it's good or bad, but be there for the people, for the direction, and to help change, to help bring about the change that we are all hoping to see. From a corporation standpoint, we talked briefly about your marketing efforts, Danny. And that's one of the things that got me initially. I'm like, what is the... But it made me curious, though. Tell me about this campaign. Tell me about the mastermind behind it. And tell me about the success of it so far.
So for those who are unaware, I don't know how you would be, but I don't want to say how many because I'm doing a giveaway coming up soon. But I have 20 plus billboards all in Clayton County that say random things like Clayco till I die, bruh, say less, legal Riz, hashtag Southside. And it's just the phrase and then the phone number, 833-CLAYCO-1. And so how that came about is I frankly just wanted to troll my colleagues. Because every personal injury billboard
Yes.
is like some crazy saying and then their picture on it.
Right.
Right? And it goes back to everyone has an ego, right? Why would you put your picture on a billboard? It's an ego thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what you look
Yes.
like.
Yes.
You know, you just want to draw me out like, look at me, you know? And I'm like, I know what I look like. I'm comfortable not putting my picture on a billboard, right? Now, I'm not a bad looking guy, but I'm not the best looking guy either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, I'm just not even going to do it at all. And then the phrases, a lot of them come from like just random things that I like to say.
Yeah.
The Clayco Till I Die came about my best friend Terrence. We were at the Jonesboro Hispanic Festival, and I was giving a speech on stage, and I was talking about how I'm born in Clayton County. I live in Clayton County. I'm going to die in Clayton County. And then he was like, oh yeah, bro, you Clayco till you die. There we go.
You coined it.
There we go.
Yes,
Clayco till I die.
Yes, yes.
And other things like, yeah. Like I just, I was like, do you want to go get food? Yeah. You want to go do this? Yeah. And so I was like, I'm just going to put yeah on a billboard. Yeah. And so we get about 60 calls a day now. Yeah. Even on the weekends. I've actually hired my staff to work on the weekends
to receive the calls that
yeah,
are coming in.
And I pay them for it, obviously.
Of course.
And it's so funny because like it's never been done before.
No, and that's the genius behind it. Like it's not the norm. It's not what people would expect to see, but it is enough to raise people's curiosity. Let me find out what's going on with this. Let me go look up further. Let me go look up this. And by this process of like research, now I'm educating who is this person? Let me read one read. Let me see the other read. Before you know it, they know about you, your business, your services. Yep. And it's cool because it's relatable. Yeah. It's not, he's distant off, he's unapproachable. It's also relatable. So I think, man, the strategy is extremely effective. I like it a lot.
It's already paid for itself for the first 2 years. Yeah. And it's just been one.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my office manager, she didn't believe in it. And then one day our receptionist was out and she had to take the phone calls. Yeah. And she was like, oh my God, everybody's calling about the billboards. Yeah. And they've been up for a year now. And I took 3 phone calls coming here about it. And it's gone viral. I've gone viral on the Nextdoor app. Yeah. I've gone viral on Facebook several times. I just went viral on TikTok a couple of weeks ago. Somebody's calling me right now about the billboard. I can feel my phone vibrating. So it's, and the thing is, the overwhelming majority of the people support it. There are people who do not like it. Let me be clear. There are people like we were in a Christmas parade and we did 2 parades back to back, giving away shirts, giving away swag. We had characters that we had hired to walk on the parade and give out candy and stuff. And someone was like, oh, you're that guy, I don't like it. And then just kind of walked off.
It's all right.
But you know what?
Yeah.
That's okay. And I've said this multiple times. If people don't like the billboards, then do more than what I'm doing.
Right, exactly.
Do more than what I'm doing. Yeah. I challenge anybody. If you have a business and you want to get rid of me, then outspend me with your money, your time, your resources in Clayton County, and it'll put me out of business.
Challenge you.
They're not going to do it.
Exactly.
They're not going to do
it. Danny, as we're about to finalize this session, man, if there's anything that, of course, Clayco folks, they know a lot about you already. Yeah. They know about your business and what you're doing, your commitment to the community. But what's one message if you had to gather the entire community right now, right, and deliver, your most impactful 1 minute sort of, okay, this is Danny now. This will be Danny in 5 years from now.
Sure. So I would say that, where you grew up or what your life began as does not define who you are. You are not defined at your worst moments. And it's very difficult to understand because when you're in that moment and you're feeling the worst and you feel like no one cares and you think that no one cares, there are people who care. And so you can overcome it. It's not going to be easy. It definitely isn't. And if you want to be a success, if you work hard, if you are dedicated, if you have the correct mindset, you will do it. And ultimately, my ultimate goal, and I've put this out there already, I want to have a library named after me, an institution of learning.
Yeah.
Because that would be dope for like my kids and then hopefully their kids and their kids to drive by and be like, that library is named after this guy that lived, 60, 70, 80 years ago, and have my name on a building. Most lawyers would never say that. I don't know anybody that wants a library named after him.
I don't know anyone. So I've not met anyone.
I might be the only one.
Folks, there you have it. I can't even add anything else to that. Talk about legacy. Mm-hmm. Doing something for the community, doing something not just for me now, and not for my kids, but my kids' kids, and not just my kids' kids, but my friends' kids and their kids and the kids and kids and kids to come, generations. That's what Danny Nagel is about.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure and an honor. Danny, you made my afternoon this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Appreciate the discussion on the chat.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.